Okay, welcome to the morning of day 18, I think. I was editing or watching back my edit of the vlog for 2 days ago, and I noticed that there was a close-up shot of Eamon's gear set, and in it you can clearly see that there's no through axle bolt. It looks just like this. You can just see the threading. So his through axle bolt definitely didn't fall off during our ride yesterday. And then so having known that there is footage of his bike, I went combing back through old footage, and I went all the way back to when we were in New Chitose, and when we discovered the crack in his fork at the bike shop. And there are a few glimpses we can get of his rear gear set, and in them it again looks like there's no through axle bolt. And then I went back even a little farther to when we were just leaving the New Chitose hotel that we stayed in, and it's really hard to tell because this is the most zoomed out footage, so I had to zoom in a lot, but I think I can just make out a bolt. You can kind of see sort of the outline of the where the Allen key would sit. And so our leading theory is that when we went to the bike shop to get Eamon's tire or his inner tube replaced, the guy working there forgot to put the bolts on the other side of the through axle. There were a lot of customers behind us. It was busy, and they mostly only deal with quick release here in Japan, I think. So it's a little understandable, but that is a pretty big bummer if that's the case. Yeah. But, I mean, it does mean that Eamon has ridden pretty much, he has ridden the entirety of our trip so far, with no bolt back there. We are still obviously going to look for a replacement bolt. And we're trying to figure out a bike shop to go to. But, yeah. Interesting. So much for the Fuji views this morning. You can just almost see the outline there, and then I guess it goes there, but yeah, covered in clouds. We've made a great discovery. Apparently this bolt just screws into here. It doesn't even need a attachment on the other side. I don't know how it came loose, but so that's maybe a bit harrowing, but it seems like we don't need another part, which is good.
This face felt really loose.
Yeah, so
maybe
we'll
we need to
tighten that.
This.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Wow.
But this is good that we don't have to hit a bike shop.
Unbelievable.
How you feel?
It's been a roller coaster. Suspicious is how I feel.
Yeah, that's kind of that seems about right.
Yeah, but optimistic.
Right, the through axle is back in. It's flush with this nut, which is good. Our theory now is just that when the guy at the first bike shop took out the through axle to replace the inner tube, it just like was weirdly seated and he couldn't screw it back in all the way, but it felt like it was screwed back in all the way. That's why we have all these images of this thing not being flush in there, because we haven't touched it since then. So, but it should be good now.
We've retightened everything.
Yeah, we've tightened it super hard.
Yeah, and I mean, it matches all the images that we found online of how it should work. It matches the research of how through axles work that we can find. I mean, I guess we got very unlucky and then very lucky.
Yeah. Look at this guy just aura farming on this boat. My God. All right, we are off. It is very late in the day. It is like noon already. We had to do some route planning and just packing up. Camp took a while. So yeah, much later than I would have liked to get out, but we decided to just take a slightly shorter day. I think we're only doing like 40K, and most of it's downhill. So the late start I don't think should be really an issue. Unfortunately, as you can maybe see, it is quite rainy. Not really like storming or anything, but like a solid continuous drizzle, which isn't the most pleasant. And all the more reason to take a short day. We're still at the lake that is supposed to overlook Mount Fuji, but it is still clouded out. Yeah, we're headed to Michinoeki right now to get some food and charge up our devices some more. And then after that, we're gonna go to the Mount Fuji World Heritage Center, which is like a lovely building that I found in the Japanese architecture book Pascal gave me, and it's got great views of Fuji. The building itself looks sick.
Recalculating the route.
It should hopefully give us a good time. Yeah. Rainy lake vibes today for sure. This hat, such a clutch purchase for the rain. I can't really use my goggles or my glasses to keep the rain off because they fog up, but with the brim flipped down a little bit, it's just enough to keep the rain directly out of my eyes. Super nice. Glad I bought it. Michinoeki lunch. We got tonkotsu, rice, of course, pickles, more pickles, salad, tofu, miso soup. Bangin'! Alright, we are on the road again. We took a long break at the Michinoeki just to warm up, check it out, relax. We're not going very far today, so yeah, just hung out pretty much. We are now en route to the Fuji World Heritage Center.
In 300 meters, turn right.
Which is all downhill, so we are just kind of cooking. And it's also by our hotel, so that's pretty much the end of our journey today, which will be nice. Yeah, it's only about an hour from here, I think, 45 minutes. Yeah. Alright, we have arrived at the Mount Fuji World Heritage Center, and it is so pretty. I mean, not the view, that's supposed to be Fuji.
You can see Fuji through the Torii Gate, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my god, how stunning.
But the building is sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we'll come back tomorrow if it's sunny. We'll see. But I think for now, I'm still down to check out what's in there.
Same.
I'm sad you can't really see the lake. Here, can I point out the path?
Yeah.
I think we came in like this.
This is where our hot spring was yesterday at these foothills. There's the Southern Alps, the tips.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I think we came up through this very wiggly route through these mountains and stayed right here. But we can't see where the lake is, but there's a lake. And then I think we came in like that, and this is where the city is.
And there's Fuji, all by itself in the middle.
Get that view.
Alright, we just left the Fuji World Heritage Center. It was quite a nice museum for not being much. It was a really pleasant experience. Yeah, now we are on the way to the hotel, which is about 10K through the city. So we're just kind of cruising along the sidewalks. And we should get there just around 6, which is just around sunset, so perfect timing. We stumbled upon like some sort of night market at a shrine on our way to our hotel. So I think we're gonna stop for some food.
Yeah, looks like a little.
Got some takoyaki. As we were leaving this festival, this older woman running one of the stands literally chased us down and just handed us popcorn. I'm not quite sure why, but I'm gonna take it in stride and eat it.
The hotel Eamon picked out hosts a big frisbee tournament every year, so they have signed discs on the walls from all the teams.
Why must they tempt me like this? Unagi for dinner. This is like, it's called hitsumabushi bushi, so you eat the unagi, but you also put some dashi stock in it, so it's kind of like ochazuke.